Welcome. In this short video, I'm going to be really doubling down on why we need to start reviewing our job roles and looking at them often. How often do you jump into strategic planning and making great plans and vision and purpose and whys, and you don't even know if you've got the right people in the right roles, and more importantly, you don't even know if those roles are still relevant to your strategic plans and your purpose and your why. So before I do any project and jump into strategies with our clients, we always make sure that the roles that we have available at the moment in that team and in that workforce are able to deliver on what we're going to be creating. And that means we need to start to ask some pretty interesting questions around what are the roles that we have and are they even still relevant? So 7 really good self-reflective questions that you can use if you're going to take on a new project, if you're going to take on some innovation, if you need to respond to a challenge or a crisis. These questions will help you just reset and work out whether or not the roles you have at the moment, are they designed and going to be fit to deliver what you actually need them to. So I'm going to refer to this to make sure I don't miss anything. So coming in at number 1 out of our top 7 questions to really dust off our job roles and have a look at them and see whether or not they're going to deliver the goods is this: what is most valuable and relevant in terms of current role as it relates to your future vision? So we have the vision, we have what we want to become as the business sitting out over here. But exactly what is relevant? What do we really have of value in those roles at the moment that will allow us to deliver on that? That's number 1. Number 2, when we think about the vision and the strategic direction of the business, what different metrics or outcomes do we actually want to put into that role? So is there something that we're needing to introduce to it? Is there impact at the moment that we're not measuring in that role that we need to? So you need to think about what you want to add to that role that will help support that future vision of the business. Number 3, has it been or does it need to be redesigned in order to be able to deliver that? So think about the style and the manner of the implementation of that role. So we're not just looking at what's going to happen in that particular job role. We need to look at how it's actually delivered. So think about that and consider and assess when you're going through these questions, how is that implemented and does that actually help deliver on that vision? Number 4, does that current role or roles in your workforce have waste within it? So that really does link back into number 1 too, right? Is it relevant? Does it actually allow us to achieve it? So if you've got waste in your role, so question 4, number 5 is, well, then if you do, what's going to be done different? What can you actually remove and delete from that role because it's actually superfluous or parts of it are no longer beneficial to where you're going? Number 6, think about the strategic plan and vision. Do internal roles need to engage differently together to be able to deliver on that? So that's important. It's not just these roles don't sit in isolation to one another. They actually need to service one another. And that will mean at times that engagement and interaction does need to be designed differently. So when you're dusting off the job roles, don't look at them in isolation. Think about, once again, how are they implemented? And how do they interact with one another? And do we need to be designing a different reality around that? And number 7, are there certain elements of job roles, and there will be when you really start to look at it, that will act as a roadblock to your vision? And if there is, what are you going to be able to do different? So 7 questions that we ask every client before we go and get excited. We always look at the workforce. Yeah, and I know that might sound obvious, but people don't do it. Ask those 7 questions to understand how equipped those roles are at the moment in terms of how they're designed and delivered to deliver on that vision. Now, if you're a pro member, you will get that checklist. You will get those notes so that you can go back and engage and benefit from it back into your business. Come back, look at the video. We've got a question at the end. We'd love your idea and comments and opinions to that. Pop them in there, share it with other people. We would love you to be able to do that. And as I said, come back. We've got other different, non-conventional content to get you to start to think differently and stretch your opinions and perspectives. That's how we start to get real change. So thank you for being here, and I look forward to working with you again.